It's interesting to see population changes over time, then looking in deeper and seeing the actual data more specifically, paying attention to the age, income, reason for moving, etc. So many factors to consider, but when there are trends, it's important to pay attention. It is within this information that patterns are formed and signals are given. Is there a growing trend today? You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. Where people are moving is a topic that I always consider because it isn't just about the study that is done, it's about the underlying information. If we see where people are moving to, where they are moving from, and the reasons for this, we can get some insight, and that data is then an indicator of a potential uptrends or downtrends. It all depends. Let's get into the data right away. This information is out of Smart Asset, and I just wanted to touch on the points they make here before showing you the actual data that they pulled where rich millennials are moving in 2019. A number of factors can influence your decision to move to a new place, including where your peers are headed. Some older generations, like rich retirees, rich Gen Xers, are moving to Florida. Wealthy millennials are still seeking out sunny locales, but in other states. So again, it's not about simply watching the numbers of where people are moving in and out of. We need to go in one layer deeper to find out why. Very quickly, just wanted to show you the data, the methodology that they were using here. We define rich millennials as individuals under the age of 35 who have an adjusted gross income of $100,000 or above. They were looking at two metrics: inflow of rich millennials and outflow of rich millennials. So I'm going to show you this right now. You can see the top 10 states where rich millennials are moving. Number 1 on the list is California. Then we look at number 2, Washington, 3, Texas, Colorado, Florida, Oregon, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and New Jersey. It looks like the coasts overwhelmingly are seeing an influx of millennials, and it also depends on the cities too, because the entire state is very, very broad, but at least it gives us an idea here. But I would like to see this broken down on a city level to be able to determine exactly where they are moving. Perhaps with the rise of technology in Silicon Valley, we could see a lot of millennials moving there for work, but unfortunately we don't have that data in here. But that's what I propose is a possibility for what we are seeing. Different cities are always going to be doing better or worse depending on the industries in that particular area. So for example, if the car companies start leaving a city like Detroit, perhaps you're going to see people moving away. If oil isn't doing too good, suddenly those cities will start to see outflows of people. It all really depends. So right now, technology is very big. Obviously, a lot of these companies are hiring in this place, Silicon Valley being particularly evident here along the West Coast. No doubt about that. So we are seeing a lot of younger people moving in there. Here you can see the full list, all the states. If we go down to the very bottom, you're going to see something interesting, and that is New York at the very bottom, then Illinois, Virginia, and so on. This just tells you where the group that is within that $100,000 or more and within that millennial age category are in fact not going towards places like New York and Illinois. They're moving towards California and other places. This just shows you that it corresponds with the general population trends as well, because these places like New York and Illinois are seeing more and more people leaving. There are different reasons for this. You can blame the taxation there. You could blame what's going on with crime. Maybe it's the politics. There are many issues that are present today. If industries are dying, if they are going away, you are going to see the population that moves out. There is no way to deny that. So if you have a particular city that is highly dependent on one particular industry, that is always dangerous. It's always going to be dangerous because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. Maybe you look down the road, it's 10, it's 20, it's 30 years, but what changes may arise in that time frame? Think about the world 30 years ago compared to today. It is completely different in so many different ways. Many of these big thinkers, these investors, they are looking decades into the future, and if they can see something that most do not, they're going to be able to capitalize on it, and seeing this type of information helps to pull that all together in certain instances. That's all for this video. If you found it informative, please give me a thumbs up. By giving me a thumbs up, you helped to promote this video in the search rankings, so I do appreciate that very much. If you want the financial education you were not taught in school, these two books have everything you need from top to bottom, A to Z. I talk a lot about what's happening in the financial industry, how to break it down, how to understand it for yourself with no jargon, with very simple language that anybody can understand. Check them out at the link in the description if you want the audiobook that's available at themoneygps.com. If you want to know what's going on in the economy, then definitely watch this video. I break it all down for you. Check it out, and I will see you there.